Oh my god, it's time for Below Grade Level. Let's make popcorn and do each other's hair.
Hello and welcome to Below Grade Level, the show where we take the books we read as kids and read them as adults and ruin them. It's 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Jonathan Eaton, and with me as always is Bekah Eaton.
Hello.
And Chris Zaleski.
Hello.
And helping us kick off a new year of reading these fucking books, and it's a returning champion, our good friend, Kelly Fuller. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
How you doing?
Well, you know, with the horrors and everything.
Right. Hang on a second. Just kidding.
We stopped asking that question last year, and I think that needs to roll into this year.
I stopped asking you guys, and then I keep forgetting to stop asking the guests also, because the answer is just, in general, like, pretty bad. But, like, you know, with us, we have a good time together. But yeah, Kelly, you're one of our best friends. You do sketchy shit with us also. You're on our podcast all the time. The last thing you read with us was Nancy Drew, the Crooked Banister.
The little demon robot guy.
That robot shit. So we don't have anything to catch you up on because we are starting a brand new book. And I think you guys are going to be excited about what it is. So instead of just...
I'm excited.
Instead of saying what it is...
Does Chris not know?
I don't think Chris knows.
I think I know.
This is my first, starting a book. I always come in somewhere in the middle, and I get, a crumb enough of context to, do the podcast with you guys. But it's usually yes, mama, give me nothing. And I'm here, I'm ready. But this is thrilling for me.
I know Bekah's always excited for the beginning of a book because you don't have to catch anybody up and recap.
Yes.
Yeah. You can catch
It is a
breath.
relief.
Yeah.
I'm not like, fuck, I forgot to sum up the last time. I'm just fresh page.
I had not realized
I also just want to throw this out there now.
Yeah.
I'm curious how many times I'm going to get distracted by the snow.
Oh,
and forget to listen.
It is currently snowing.
Because I made you open up the curtain so I could look at it.
Yeah.
And I might keep a tally. Yeah. It's very light. Okay. But I can see it.
I didn't realize that you hadn't started a book with us.
I don't think so.
I'm so excited then because you get to start a book with us, and that book is The Babysitters Club. Boy, Crazy Stacy.
Oh.
That's what I figured.
Oh my god, yay.
I need to look at this cover. Hold on.
Chris, would you do the honors of describing the cover?
All right, so it's your stereotypical Babysitters Club with the block letters up on the top. And then there's a caption that says, "Who needs babysitting when there are boys around?"
That's a good question.
This boy looks like he's 47.
Val Kilmer from Top Secret dressed up as the lifeguard with the Bates mansion in the background.
Oh my god.
And then who I am imagining is Stacy holding who she's babysitting, and Val Kilmer is bandaging up the young girl's foot. And
Is there a way to do a Val Kilmer impression?
Oh, what is a good Val Kilmer?
I don't. He just kind of has a normal,
yeah.
It's distinctive, but I don't know how.
I don't
to do an
know.
impression.
I guess can I be as charismatic as possible? That's the only way I can do a Val Kilmer impression.
Top Gun 2, Maverick, he didn't even say anything. And I was, the second he was on screen, I was like, oh.
And you're like, oh, he's there. I can't remember if you have read Babysitters Club with us. It's a good chance you have, Kelly.
It's entirely possible, but to be fully honest, my memory is bad. I'm mostly just thrilled I'm not reading Animorphs.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But I love Babysitters Club. I am a Claudia.
Okay, good.
You are a Claudia.
You know what? I think me too, right?
You're
probably, because you and I are kind of the same.
Yeah,
I'm a kid being babysat.
That's right. You're the little brother. That's what we decided before. Chris is everybody's little brother.
I'm the mix of Christy and Mary-Anne.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I feel like you're more Christy than Mary-Anne.
I think I was more Mary-Anne when I was younger.
Yeah. Okay, well, so this gets into my notes that I wanted to...
I feel like we've said this exact thing before.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been...
But I think I'm like a Mary-Anne moon. I think I'm a Mary-Anne
Christy
sun.
rising.
A Christy rising, because that's more who you actually are.
Yeah.
And probably a Christy moon, too.
I truly don't remember the last time we read Babysitters Club because it's been so long that I just wanted to make sure that I remembered the characters correctly. Like, it's not burned into my brain like it is for some other people, because I didn't grow up reading these. I've only read them for our podcasts. But I was surprised at how much I remembered. But I did want to just give you guys the quick rundown that I wrote for the 5 main characters. We've got Christy Thomas, who is the founder and president of the Babysitters Club, and she is a tomboy as her main kind of attribute, I believe. And interrupt me if I'm getting any of this wrong.
Okay.
Claudia Kishi is I wrote VP. She's the vice president of the Babysitters Club. She's artistic, and she's like into fashion, right?
Like in a funky way.
But yeah, in like a fun, funky, yeah. Mary-Anne Spear is the secretary of the Babysitters Club, and she is like
Did you say Mary-Anne?
Mary-Anne, right?
It sounded like you said Mary-Anne.
Mary-Anne Spear.
Yes.
Yeah. I wrote type A for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like her basic, her main personality trait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacy McGill, she's the treasurer of the Babysitters Club. She's a New York diabetic. And then...
Well, and she's very into fashion.
Is she into fashion?
Stuff, but in like a mainstream way.
Oh.
Where Claudia would
she's
be
from
like,
New York.
I'm wearing 2 different types of bright colored socks.
Yeah.
But where Stacy would be like, I read Vogue.
Claudia, I'm picturing as like Blossom, kind of, a bit. Like if...
I don't remember Blossom that well.
Just because of the hats.
The hats.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she's got some bucket hats. Not bucket hats. Whatever that shit was.
Sure, she has some
Pre-bucket hats.
Bucket hat. And then finally we've got Dawn Schaefer.
I forgot about Dawn.
Everybody does. Her title is alternate officer, so that's fucking nothing. And then I wrote California vegetarian for her.
Yeah. You're correct.
And as far
It's
as
a title
voices,
with no raise.
yeah. As far as voices go, the only thing I could remember is that we just did Bobby Hill for Christy because she's like a tomboy.
Yeah.
and I remember
purse.
us doing that like for every book, so I wrote that down. But obviously,
I think Mary-Anne was a little meek. I think she was our meek girl
she was
voice.
our meek girl. But I'm totally open to some new voices because it's 2026 and we haven't done Babysitters Club in, I want to say, several years, probably. It's been quite a while. But anyway, Bekah, this was your pick, this book.
Yes.
Do you want to, how did you get to Boy Crazy Stacy?
I saw someone on TikTok that was just talking about the plot, and I was like, holy shit, that sounds fun. I don't remember. This is only number 8.
Yeah.
I don't have my old Babysitters Club collection, which is really sad. I only have a couple books, like literally 2 of my gigantic shelves of books. I don't know where they went.
Yeah.
I'm sure I read this, but I don't remember it at all.
Okay. That's what I was, okay, so then I was going to ask Kelly, you read these.
Some
As
of
a
them,
kid.
like,
Some of them.
not in order. And also, it was not the demographic for them when I was the correct age. It was like a thing I read actually like while babysitting, being like, hey, these are actually like kind of lit. I think I've said this on the show before. I was like a little baby elitist, and so like little young Kelly was like trying to read way above grade level, the opposite of this show, and me being like, I understood Fahrenheit 451 when I was like 11.
You were a tiny book hipster.
Kind of, yeah. Oh God, so many genres of hipsterdom. But not like a dick about it. Just thought like, my unformed frontal cortex could just wrap my head around some themes.
Yeah.
So yeah, late to Babysitters Club, but yeah, I've read a handful of them, and they're delightful.
I also love, especially with Babysitters Club, they're based out of that like little town in Connecticut or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I like the idea of a one where we're traveling somewhere.
Me too.
We're on location.
Yeah, I love that.
We're at the beach now.
Because we've read, I think historically we've read 4 or 5 of these. I remember the first one we ever read was The Ghost at Dawn's House.
Yes, and that is one I have the physical copy of.
Yeah. And that was somewhere down the line. I don't remember where in that in the numbers that was. But then at a certain point we started at the beginning. And I think we did the first 3 at least, the first 3 Babysitters Club books. And now we're just going to kind of jump around to whatever we feel like. But yeah, I'm also late to Babysitters Club, and I love it. And Chris, do you have anything you want to add before we start reading?
Fun fact, I think it was actually the first non-Goosebumps book we read.
I think you're
and
right.
recorded.
Actually. Yeah. Because we started... Yeah, you're right. Because we
Back
started
in
these forever
Hamden.
back in Hamden.
Yeah.
So long ago.
Yeah.
So many years.
9
doing this
years
shit.
this year
Ages.
Oh, boy.
since we've been in this house.
That's insane. All right.
I just want to say that like doing any sort of time math now just like hurts my feelings.
It's bad. It's bad. I don't like it.
Just quantify nothing. Count.
Yeah.
Don't count time. Time is nothing anymore.
Yeah. We're not counting with numbers. We're
I
counting
turned
with vibes
40
now.
last week.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
Wow.
How is
Happy
it so far,
birthday, dude.
Chris?
Yeah.
Everything hurts.
Yeah. You're less than a week in, but it sucks, right?
Yeah. Not a fan.
I got 9 months to go.
You showed me, Bekah, you showed me a TikTok recently, and it was someone, and it was like, I remember saying out loud, this is very rude, and it was someone that was like, hey, here's a list of, like, movie and TV show characters that are younger than you are now
Yeah.
if you're a millennial. And it was like Kevin's mom from Home Alone, and like...
Yeah. She's
there's
35.
There were so many characters where I'm like, I don't fucking appreciate this at
Yeah.
all. I don't appreciate hearing any of this.
But at least we're millennials, so we've aged a lot better.
It's true.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, in the inverse, look up the cast of Cheers, who were older than most of them, or look up like Frasier and Niles at the beginning of Frasier. Season 1, I think they're Frasier's like 38 and Niles is 34,
Wow.
and
are you
I look
talking
better
about?
than both of them.
That
Yeah.
dude's been 50 since he was born.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Frasier, Kelsey Grammer came out 50, but like, yeah, David Hyde Pierce was 34 when that show started.
Holy shit.
and,
You know,
or yeah, like Cheers, they're all in their like early mid 30s, and
Well, that's old for baseball.
well, yeah,
I've seen just enough Cheers to get that joke.
I'm literally
I was
older
looking
than
up
everyone
how
but
old
Coach.
I don't know why I was checking Kelly's facts because she's always right, but I
Uh-huh.
was looking up Frasier and I missed the thing about Cheers.
Oh, he said a thing about baseball.
But then what? What happened before that?
I don't know. They're young.
Just that, just saying that they're all in their like in their early to mid 30s on Cheers, except for Coach, and we're older than all of them, but
Yeah.
I'd say time has been kinder to us.
I think so too.
I think millennials are a fantastic case study to make a generalization, because this isn't going to be true for every single one, but for the most part, we didn't all start smoking when we were 11 and then never stopped. And I think that's a huge key in visibly aging.
We all started when we were 18 and stopped when we were
Like
30.
yeah.
Right.
If not sooner.
We just spent our 20s smoking, and then we're like, I'm done.
It has
Or,
a
you
real
know,
effect.
It really
Used sunscreen when our moms yelled at us or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Also stayed out of the sun.
Yeah. We had video games. We stayed inside a lot.
Yeah, a great reason to stay inside. Okay, well, let's start reading Boy Crazy Stacy, number 8, the Babysitters Club. This book is for June and Ward Cleaver, who alias Noel and Steve
Pardon?
from the Beeve,
From Leave It
like
to
Leave It
Beaver.
to Beaver.
Yeah.
This book is
Who's
dedicated
Noel?
to characters from Leave It to Beaver.
Are Noelle and Steve the actors that play June
No.
and Ward?
Or someone she knows that she relates
she,
to those
like-
characters.
Yeah, that's possible.
What? Okay, all right.
I wasn't ready for that to be so confusing.
Neither was I. That was abrupt. Chapter 1. I don't know who's talking, but I'm going to assume it's Stacy. Mom, I said, how do you think you're supposed to behave in a mansion? That's such a good question.
Line 1, sold.
Fantastic first line.
Holy shit. Honestly, if someone asked me that right now, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know.
Probably be quiet.
Be quiet.
I don't know
take
how to
walk
behave in a
quietly.
Wegmans.
Like, don't... like, well, you know, Wegmans
never
are the
been in a
mansions of
Wegmans.
grocery stores.
Yeah, I've never been in one.
I've only been in one once, and I immediately felt like I was gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Everything's
I had
so
a panic
expensive.
attack the first time I went to a Wegmans. It was too big. There were too many people. And I was like, I can't do this.
Just an overwhelming feeling of like, I don't belong here.
No, we don't.
This is not for us.
Okay, this is line 1. I'm so sorry of chapter 1. Fuck Wegmans. I fucking hate Wegmans so much.
I actually like it now, but...
You just hate some people you knew that went there a while ago.
Yes. I hated Wegmans on principle just because of like Richie assholes that I worked with went there and I didn't like them and I was like, fuck this fucking rich grocery store I've heard of. And then I finally went to one a couple years ago and truly fuck that Richie ass grocery store. I bought like, I can't remember, a sandwich. I bought something that was so expensive and it wasn't that good and it was just so expensive. It's just so expensive.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'll never make you go to
How
one.
expensive was it?
Chris, it was too expensive. In this economy? Anyway. How do you behave in a mansion? My mother
Not
looked up...
the way we've been behaving so far.
You take your shoes off, because there's a good chance it's white carpeting.
I think there's probably marble on the floor. I guess it depends on what level of mansion we're talking here.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good... Yeah. I don't know. My mother looked up from the letter she was writing at the desk in our den. What, Stace? She asked. This evening we're all going over to Watson's. Watson's? I mean, to Christie's.
Oh, yeah.
Watson's.
That's her last name.
Is that her last name?
Yeah.
Christy? Wait, no, Christy
No,
Thomas.
it's her
no.
future stepdad's last name.
Right.
Oh, Chris.
Did you
Because her
remember
real
that, or
dad's
did you
a
read
Disney
ahead?
dad.
Oh, right.
Did you just remember that?
I remember shit.
Damn.
I mean, not until I saw the name Watson.
Watson. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no
sounded
control
familiar.
over it.
It's all coming back, guys.
But yeah, he had like a tree in his foyer and...
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I remember
this,
stuff.
This evening we're all going over to Watson's. I mean to Christie's. And I want to make sure I do everything right. Christy lives in a mansion now. You've been to Mr. Brewer's house before, honey, replied Mom. I know, but not just for a regular visit. Christy says that all her neighbors are really fancy. Remember how we had to fix up Louis the day before the Thomases moved just so he would look as nice as all the other dogs in the new neighborhood?
I was like, is Louis a brother or a dog?
What?
They put a little bow in his hair.
Yeah, we had to wash our dumb dog.
I'm taking umbrage with the phrase "fix up."
Yeah, me too. What does that mean?
Yeah. If it's a dog, you're just giving him like a bath or something?
Giving him a haircut.
This shit was
Yeah.
written in like a different time. Remember the episode of The Simpsons where Marge was like wanted to be in the country club and she was trying to impress all the rich people?
Oh, with her Chanel suit.
With her Chanel
I
suit.
love that episode, actually. That's one of the few I remember.
It's a great episode.
It is.
But it really does feel like this concept feels so dated to me of like, well, I have to like, I mean, I'm a lower class than these people.
Yeah.
And I have to make myself look better. That feels like a very kind of like Reagan era 80s into 90s type thing where now I'm just like, fuck these people.
I guess if I was meeting nice rich people, I'd make an effort, but also there are no nice rich people,
That's true.
so I
Exactly.
don't know how that could happen.
Ignore me. I am muting my mic because I have to make an important work call.
Ooh,
Okay.
Fancy.
My mother smiled. Sometimes Christy gets carried away. You know that. I think you should just go over there and behave the same way that you would have in Christy's old house. I agree with her mom.
Well, Christy's like the grubbiest one. I mean, she's the top. She's like playing softball and shit.
Yeah.
I think. Or I was just projecting a lot
No, I
of my
think that's-
childhood.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's right. She's
Yeah.
like sporty.
Yeah.
She's sporty. She's sporty spice. Really? Really? When are you supposed to be there, honey? In about an hour. Mr. Kishi's driving Claudia and Mary-Anne and me over as soon as he gets home from work. I'm glad I caught myself up on all these characters. And will you be? Yes, Mom. I'll be careful about what I eat because I'm diabetic. We all remember. Stacy, there's no need to be rude. Shut up, Mom. But you know I'm always careful, and Christy is really nice about making sure there's plain popcorn or fruit or something for me. Fruit's not that good for diabetics, right?
Plain
it's full of sugar.
popcorn?
Yeah.
Besides,
From what I understand, the sugar and the fruit would be worse than the salt on the popcorn, but I don't know.
I would think so.
I don't know.
Besides, this is just a little party.
Just supper, and then I'll be home. The members of the Babysitters Club were all going over to the new home of Christy Thomas, our club president. She and her mother and brothers had moved there not long ago when her mother got remarried to Watson Brewer. I forgot Watson was his first name and not his last name.
Wow.
His name is Watson
He's
Brewer.
He's a lasty.
This really nice guy who also happens to be a really rich guy. He lives in a neighborhood where the yards are big enough for swimming pools or tennis courts, and all the houses are set way back from the road. Some of them are hidden by walls or bushes. Walls. Until she moved, though, Christy had lived in a regular old house on regular old Bradford Court, next door to her best friend, Mary-Anne Spear, who's our club secretary. I get all the fucking exposition.
So sorry.
But we gotta get through it, I understand. And across the street from Claudia Kishi, our vice president and my best friend. It was Christy's idea to start a business doing babysitting for the families in our neighborhood, and it worked out really well. The four of us, plus Dawn Schaefer, who lives not far away, meet for about half an hour, 3 afternoons a week in Claudia's bedroom. Our clients phone us looking for babysitters, and they almost always get one since they reach 5 sitters. I should say 5 qualified sitters at once.
I don't know why I did any research to like refresh myself on this, because I forgot that every single Babysitters Club book opens with them saying like, let me explain everything about the Babysitters Club.
Here's how we got here. We have a record book with all sorts of information, including our schedules, and Mary-Anne keeps track of our jobs and who's available to sit when and things like that. Christy insists that we also keep the Babysitters Club notebook, oh right, I forgot about that, in which each of us has to write up every single sitting job we do. They just have a babysitting journal, all of them. Then the book gets passed around so the others can read about what happened. It's pretty useful. This summer, our club branched out a little. Last month, July, we did our regular babysitting and held a play group.
What?
We held it right here in my backyard. The neighborhood kids came over 3 mornings a week for games and stories and art projects. It worked out really well.
That's nice.
But July was over. It was the beginning of August, and for the first time since the club began almost a year ago at the beginning of 7th grade, we babysitters were going to be scattered, split up. Before that happened, Christy wanted to have a get-together, and she wanted to have it at her new house. That was fine with the rest of us. We love Watson's house, even though it makes us a little nervous sometimes. I went to my bedroom and began looking through my closet. Why hadn't I done this earlier? I realized I would have to choose my outfit very carefully. I wanted to be casual enough to have fun, but sophisticated enough to look impressive in case any rich neighbors dropped by. I also wanted to be cool, since
And
it felt
saw
like
some
it was
8th graders.
I know, like, oh, you want a job in 15 years?
I also wanted to be cool, since it felt like it was about 150 degrees outside. I changed my mind 6 times before I decided on this new pink shirt I got the last time we went back to New York City to visit friends. Big, bright green, and yellow birds were splashed all over it. It was gigantic, so it would be cool. I put it on with a pair of baggy shorts, looped a wide green
Got
belt
like a
around my
Tommy
middle.
Bahama shirt in New York.
I was gonna say, is this like a 68-year-old retired man in Florida? Like,
Sounds like it.
They do
I got
look
this
comfortable.
cool moo-moo in New York. It's got birds all over it. It's really breezy.
Well, this gets better.
rich people love birds, right?
Loop a wide green belt around my middle and hunted up some jewelry. Silver bangle bracelets and a pair of silver earrings shaped like bells that actually ring when they dangle back and forth.
Aw, I have little bell earrings. I haven't worn them.
Do they
But I
do
want
they
to, yeah.
jingle?
If I go like this.
Jingle jangle?
Yeah.
I'm working on making
Yeah.
Mom and Dad let me get my ears pierced a second time so I can wear 2 pairs of earrings at once. But so far, no luck. Them bitches. I pretty much grew up in New York. We just moved here to Stony Brook, Connecticut a year ago. I forgot the name of the town.
Stony Brook.
And I have sort of wild taste. My parents
I'll
have let
say.
me get away with a lot of things fashion-wise, but they draw the line at 2 earrings in each ear. They said I would look
Wow.
like a pirate.
Okay.
Although I personally have never seen a pirate with more than exactly 1 earring. I pointed
That's a
out that
really
if I
good point.
did get my ears pierced again, probably no one would mistake me for a pirate. But Mom
First-
and Dad failed to see the humor in that.
First of all, that is a good point. Second of all, have you personally seen a pirate
Yeah.
at all?
But yeah, if you see a cartoon pirate, they've got one big
They got
hoop
one big hoop
and a parrot on the other side.
and a one eye patch and one peg leg. They're good with one.
Yeah.
One of each. One hook. You never see 2 hooks.
But if you already have, like, one full set of earrings, don't you already have more earrings than a pirate? So, like, whatever else you did would automatically not be piratey.
It takes you further and further away from pirate.
Right.
The more piercings you get.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really building an anti-pirate case.
Yes.
Yeah.
But mom and
I've got,
dad
like,
failed to see the
14
humor
ear
in that.
piercings.
Bloop, bloop. I heard honking and looked out my window. The Kishi's car was in my driveway. Mr. Kishi was at the wheel.
Mimi, Claudia's grandmother, was next to him, and Claudia was in the back seat with Mary-Anne Spear. "I'll be right there," I shouted. I thundered down the stairs. "Bye, Mom." "Wait, Stacy," she said, coming into the front hall. "Mom, I have to go." My mother thrust a small, foil-wrapped package into my hand. "Here, take this with you." "What is it?" "Apple slices." "Mom,
Oh.
I promise you..."
Oh, Chris, you're not muted. Chris, mute.
All right.
Pineapple.
Okay, he's muted.
And scene.
Okay.
Repeat whatever you just said.
Yeah, what is it? Apple slices. Mom, I promise you there will be stuff I can eat at Watson's. He's got the biggest kitchen I've ever seen. I'm sure somewhere there's an apple. I handed the package back to her. "Put them in the fridge, okay? I'll eat them tomorrow." My parents worry about me constantly because I've got diabetes. That means I have to be very careful to eat a certain amount of sugar every day, not too much and not too little. If I'm not careful, my blood sugar levels go all kerflooey, and I can get really sick.
The medical
That is
term.
right. Yeah, that's something exactly.
My parents are always afraid I'll sneak off and eat junk food. I've been tempted, but I've never done it. Why would I want to get sick? I dashed out the front door. "See you," I called to my mom. My father was gardening in one of the flower beds. It's his favorite early evening activity in the summer. "Bye, Dad," I called. "Bye, honey. Be careful." Be careful. I should have known. But I reminded myself that they're a lot better than they used to be. Just a little over a year earlier, my parents practically wouldn't let me go to school. I scrambled into the back seat of the Kishi's car. "Hi, everybody. Hi, Mimi."
Oh, Mimi. Mimi eased herself around and smiled. I'm trying to think of like a good grandmother voice. "Hello, Stacy." She answered slowly. Oh, hang on. "Hello, Stacy." She answered slowly.
No.
Mimi. Oh no.
I can't even see it, but reminder that you don't have to read everything you see.
Mimi had a stroke this summer,
Oh no!
and she's still recovering. She moves awkwardly and has some trouble speaking.
Oh, Mimi.
Oh, Mimi. I could tell that Claudia and Mary-Anne were as excited as I was about going to Christie's. The three of us were wriggling around like puppies. But we quieted down when we reached Christie's new neighborhood because you don't wriggle around like puppies in a rich person's
The
neighborhood.
rich people will not tolerate
Rich
that.
people, yeah.
They will call the cops on you.
They will. They'll be like, are those puppies? No, just children. And by
Worse.
that time, Mr. Kishi had pulled into the circular drive, and Watson's house had loomed into view. We were positively silent. I think it was the sight of Christy that brought us back to reality. She was sprawled outside the elegant front door of Watson's house, eating a popsicle, reading People magazine, and wearing cut-off jeans and a holy white t-shirt that said, "I heart my," followed by a silhouette of a collie. Her feet were bare. So Christy's just like, "Fuck rich people."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you're fine. I think Christy is going to be the worst offender in this mansion by far.
billion
She's
%.
dripping popsicle sludge everywhere in the house.
She's dripping just red juice everywhere. The sight was refreshing. I knew that my mother was right. No matter what Christy's house looked like, Christy was still Christy. I wouldn't have to behave any differently. Dawn arrived just as the back fender of Mr. Kishi's car was disappearing at the other end of the drive. "Hi!" she cried, leaping out. "See you later, Mom!" The five of us faced each other eagerly. "Well, come on!" said Christy. We entered the front hall of her house and greeted her mother and Watson in the living room. Then we raced upstairs and down a hallway to the room Christy had chosen for her bedroom. Watson's house is so big that Christy and her 3 brothers each got a room of their own when they moved in. And even so, Watson's 2 little children from his first marriage, Karen and Andrew, who don't even live with him full-time, have their own rooms for when they visit, plus a playroom. And there is still a few guest rooms left over.
Jesus Christ.
It makes me sort of breathless. I mean, when I lived in New York, we had what was considered a pretty big apartment, and it only had 4 bedrooms, one of which was hardly big enough.
That's an
for a
enormous
bed.
apartment for New York.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
For New York. This is also
Jesus.
like, this is making me think a lot of. I never felt like, I had to like be on my best behavior, but this is reminding me a lot of like growing up in Annapolis and like not living in a like we had a
nice
normal size
house.
Normal house. It wasn't small. It wasn't huge. It was a regular house, I think. But a lot of my friends and like everyone I went to school with was rich as shit. And so like when I would go over to a friend's house, there were friends whose houses I went over to that were like crazy big, like McMansions and that kind of shit. And there was a friend that I went over to their house, and it was basically white carpeting from like fucking wall to wall, and their parents were really shitty about it and about you being
That
there.
sounds stressful.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw a second living room that never got used. And it's like, well, then what's it for? Even as a child, I was like, this is bullshit.
It's for having, Chris.
It's for having. In Christy's room, we all plopped down on the new comforter on her new bed, arranging ourselves around Louie, her collie, who was sprawled on his back. "Where are your brothers?" I asked. "David Michael's around here somewhere." I forgot about David Michael.
The little businessman.
Little businessman.
George Michael.
Replied Christy. Parentheses. David Michael is 7. This is for us to remember.
This is for
They were
us.
like, hey,
Hey.
below grade level, David
Yeah.
Michael 7, in case
7.
you forgot. And Sam and Charlie are over at a neighbor's house using the pool. Sam and Charlie are older, in high school. "Are sandwiches okay for dinner?" Christy asked us. "Mom and I made a whole stack of them this afternoon. There are a couple of plain tuna fish for you, Stace."
Ew.
"Great," I said. "Thanks." I glanced at Mary-Anne's spear. As I mentioned earlier, Mary-Anne is Chrissy's best friend. Let's reiterate these points. Mary-Anne is Chrissy's best friend, and Claudia is mine. But it's funny the way things work out. Mary-Anne and I were going to be spending the next 2 weeks together. I was a little nervous about it. We were so different. Mary-Anne is really shy. I'm pretty straightforward. Mary-Anne is kind of young. I'm sophisticated.
Oh.
I guess
Stacy.
it's spiritually. I don't know.
She lived in
How
New York,
old
all
is
right?
children again?
Sophisticated. Didn't they say the club started last year when they were in 7th grade? So they're in 8th grade now?
Okay. Yeah.
So what is that, 12?
Yeah, I think so.
I
12.
never would have described myself or anyone in my sphere as sophisticated at that age.
Did you live in New York though, Kelly? When you
No,
were young?
but
All right,
I did live in the DC suburbs, so like I know a fancy bitch when I see one. I mean, not me. I had a beat up Honda, but I had a car. And some people had like same thing with like Village Oli, where I just was like surrounded by people who had like insane amounts of money.
Oh, yeah,
and I
yeah.
was just like not raised like that, and I never would have called any of them sophisticated or their parents. Like I just would. That was like it was. I mean, I knew what it meant, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that's a really weird way to describe yourself at 12
exactly.
or 13.
Just,
Yes.
I don't think probably anyone else would say that about her. I think she would just say that about herself.
I don't think any child ever has been sophisticated.
No, it's
You're
impossible.
a child. It's impossible.
It's literally impossible.
But like even the fancy kids I knew, like I don't think they would have said that either.
They're still
Yeah.
dumb children. They're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like
They're
a
just
little
like-
spoiled and they don't even know it yet.
Exactly.
Pretty
They're just
much.
like, I have every video game system. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
3 different consoles.
Yeah.
I don't
Your
know. I
parents
was pretty
didn't buy you a
sophisticated
new car when
as
you
a
got your
kid.
license?
I would drink ginger ale out of a champagne flute.
I also used to drink ginger ale out of like wine glasses.
I used to mix like cranberry juice and Sprite and like shit like
Yeah.
that, and my parents would make fun of me, like, oh, you're having
I
a
did orange
cocktail
juice
or
and
making a
seltzer.
mixed drink or
Kinda
whatever.
sounds
But like
like-
I would mix like juice with Sprite.
It kind of sounds like you guys were all pretty sophisticated.
We were very sophisticated. You're in Annapolis being a fucking piece of trash
just a
with your
piece of-
regular soda.
I'm just a
Digging
piece of
up the
shit in
yard.
Annapolis. I'm just literally digging up the yard, pounding coke. Just pounding coke after coke after coke and shoving G.I. Joes in the dirt.
Why would you bury them?
It's just because it was fun. I used to dig holes and like tunnels and shit and set the G.I. Joes all up. And then I would take the hose and I would fill the whole thing with water. Be like, oh no.
Kill them all?
Well, not kill them, but
Oh,
just
I
give
guess they
them a
could
fun
escape.
adventure.
Okay.
Said the mastermind.
Adorable. Okay.
Remember the end of Temple of Doom? I did
You
that.
just like
with G.I.
swim
Joes.
faster.
Yeah. I was
Swim
like, oh no,
faster,
you gotta
Joe.
get up there. Shore leave? Whatever the fuck their names were. I can't remember.
Okay. Mary-Anne has no interest in boys. I had a couple of boyfriends in 7th grade.
Oh,
As if reading my
Sophisticated.
mind, Claudia said to me, "Are you all ready for the Pikes, Stace?" "I hope so," I replied. "I've never spent 2 weeks with 8 kids before. God, that sounds like a nightmare. At least I'll have Mary-Anne to help me." "You guys are so lucky," said Christy wistfully. 2 weeks at the beach. 2 weeks of chasing after Claire, Margot, Nikki, Vanessa, Byron, Jordan, Adam, and Mallory, I pointed out. I think Mallory ends up joining them, actually.
I was just gonna say that's already
make it a little
too many
older.
names to keep track of. I hope
Yeah.
that we don't have
I
to.
I
know
hope
who
these kids start just like the last book. I hope these kids start dying off, so we don't have to know their names. It didn't work out in the last book either.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. I doubt any of these kids are gonna die in this
No,
book.
I don't think so. "Well, I'd go to the beach in a second, even if I had to be a mother's helper," said Christy. "I think Watson can probably afford a beach vacation for you guys."
Yeah. Right.
He probably
Yeah.
owns a beach.
He's
Right?
probably got a beach in the
I'm sure he-
backyard.
I'm sure he has
is-
a beach house, a little
Yeah.
condo.
This is a shout out to John Walker. This is one of my 14 beaches. It's a
don't
joke for
remember.
no one but him. As uncertain as I was about going off with Mary-Anne, I had to admit I was excited. The members of our club babysit for the Pikes often, and not long ago, Mrs. Pike had called to say she wanted 2 of us to go along with them as mother's helpers when they take their summer vacation down
I
in
don't
Sea
remember them
City,
ever
New
using
Jersey.
that term.
This is nothing, but yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This concept of bringing 2 neighborhood children with you on vacation to be mother's helpers for your 8 children. I've never heard of this in my entire life.
It's a rich people problem.
Yeah.
Is it even like wouldn't if they were
We gotta get through this book.
I know. Wouldn't they just have like a fucking nanny? Anyway, go on.
Also, down in Sea City, New Jersey, I know there's an Ocean City, New Jersey.
It's copyrighted.
I was just gonna say, would they have to pay a fee to OCNJ to use it? To name it?
Sea City. Go on.
Mary-Anne and I were the only ones available. It was all part of why the Babysitters Club was going to scatter. In just a couple of days, Mary-Anne and I would be off to Sea City. Claudia and her family were going on a quiet vacation to a mountain resort in New Hampshire. And Dawn and her younger brother were flying to California to visit their father. They hadn't been in California in 7 months since their parents got divorced and Mrs. Schaefer decided to move back to Connecticut, where she grew up. "I can't believe I'm stuck here in Stony Brook while you guys get to go to all these great places," wailed Christy. "It is sort of ironic," spoke up Dawn. "I mean, here you are in this mansion with a rich stepfather." "I know," said Christy, looking a little pouty. "But Mom is determined to make our new family work out. She wants us all together for a while." Christy's mom appeared at the door just then, carrying a big tray loaded with sodas and the sandwiches. As soon as she left, we dived into the food as if we hadn't eaten since July. When we were finished, we fooled around with new hairstyles, and I tried on some of Christy's clip-on earrings to see how I'd look if my parents were to go crazy or something.
Prediction.
And let me pierce my ears again after all.
She gets
her seconds in
ears pierced at the beach.
Sea City, New Jersey.
Sea City piercings. Yeah.
Uh-oh,
Prediction.
said Dawn suddenly, looking at her watch. "It's almost 9. My mom said she'd pick me up between 9 and 9:30. "My dad's coming soon, too," said Claudia. "I won't see you guys for over 2 weeks," cried Christy.
I gotta say, your Christy, your Baltimore really comes out.
Which is funny because my normal speaking voice isn't
no.
super Baltimore.
That's why it's funny to me is I'm hearing like more of a Baltimore affectation when you're doing that voice than like your just regular speaking voice, and I
amazing.
It's just so fun.
We have fun here.
Yeah, we have fun. Hey, said Mary-Anne, I've got an idea. Let's exchange our vacation addresses. Then we can all write postcards to each other.
I love that Mary-Anne voice.
It's good.
Christy found some index cards in her desk drawer, and we wrote down our addresses for each other. I've got an even better idea, Christy said. Stacy and Mary-Anne, why don't you write me a postcard every day describing your job with the Pikes? Later, we'll enter them in the notebook. That way we can keep it up to date and official.
Why don't they just take the fucking notebook?
Great question. Such a good
Yeah,
question.
it just seems like no one else is babysitting. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
It can't. It's got to stay local. It can't go to Sea
Yeah.
City.
It can't leave the state.
Yeah.
They're not franchising yet.
Yeah.
Violating parole.
Yeah.
I might babysit for my old clients when I go back to California, said Dawn. If I do, I'll send you notebook entries too. We talked and made plans busily. We could hardly believe it when David Michael called, Mr. Kishi and Mrs. Schaefer are here. We babysitters looked at each other. Christy began to cry, then Dawn, then Mary-Anne,
Jesus Christ.
then Claudia, and
Jesus.
me. I'm gonna miss you, wailed Dawn. I'm gonna miss you and be bored, added Christy. I've never been away from home alone before, cried Mary-Anne.
You're gonna be alone.
We all began
Right?
hugging
You're gonna be
each other.
a dozen people.
Yeah. And Stacy.
Right.
Oy. We all began hugging each other. Christy handed out tissues. As soon as we'd calmed down, Dawn moaned, 2 whole weeks. And then the hugging and crying started again.
Like a month.
Good Lord.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
Guys. Call me when you experience COVID.
Oh God, these girls would never
It's a
survive
big
it.
chunk of time to a child.
Yeah.
A
It's
few minutes
actually a
later,
large percentage of their life up to that point.
Yeah.
A few minutes later, Claudia, Mary-Anne, and I climbed into the back seat of the Kishi's car. We sniffled all the way to Bradford Court. I was miserable until I got to my room and looked at my new bikini and began thinking of sunshine and the ocean and cute boys and bathing trunks and the boardwalk the Pike kids were always talking about. A little flutter of excitement crept up into my stomach and pushed away the stone of misery. By the time I went to bed, I was so excited about Sea City, New Jersey that I couldn't sleep.
First time anyone's been excited about New Jersey. Chapter 2. There's nothing like ringing the doorbell at the Pike's house. If the kids are at home, there is an actual stampede to get the door. Mary-Anne and I stood on their front stoop the next afternoon. Brace yourself, I said. I rang the door. Pitter patter, pitter patter. Feet were running toward us. Thump, 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 thump. Crash!
Oh my God.
The inner door was flung open. There stood Claire, Margot, Nikki, Vanessa, and Jordan. They looked flushed and breathless. Hey! Squealed Claire. Claire is the youngest Pike. She just turned 5.
I'm
Margot,
not writing down any information about these children.
I was just going to say, do not worry yourself
Fuck
that
these
they
kids.
don't matter. Margot just turned 7, Nikki is 8, and Vanessa is 9. Jordan is 10, but he's not an ordinary 10-year-old. He's a triplet. Byron and Adam are his identical brothers. The oldest Pike is Mallory, who's
So these
11.
girls are 3 years. Oh wait. So these girls are 2 years older than the oldest kid.
Yes. She's a really good kid and usually gives us babysitters a hand. She even helped out at our play group last month, foreshadowing. Because you said that she joins the group, yeah. I opened the screen door, and Claire grabbed my hand. Come inside, she said urgently, tugging at me. Not to be outdone, Margot grabbed Mary-Anne's hand. Yeah, come in! Vanessa, who is usually quiet, began jumping up and down. Tomorrow, we go to Sea City, she cried. We'll see the beach and the shell's so pretty. Match my energy.
No.
It's either Shakespearean verse or like something from the early aughts, like a summer jam.
Nicky rolled his eyes. Do you have to rhyme everything? He asked. Yes, replied Vanessa, because I'm going to be a poet. You didn't rhyme that, Nicky pointed out maddeningly, and Vanessa stuck out her tongue at him. Mom, yelled Nicky, Vanessa stuck her tongue out at me. This is how drained I would be in their presence.
Yeah.
We were standing in the narrow front hallway. Mary-Anne and I were pinned against a closet door.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, kids, called Mrs. Pike as she ran in from the kitchen. Give Mary-Anne and Stacy some breathing room. The Pikes backed off. Mrs. Pike had invited us over that afternoon to discuss the trip and to explain our responsibilities. She ushered us into the living room and shooed the children outdoors. Then she began talking. Mostly, she said after a while, you'll just be giving Mr. I guess she was explaining other boring details, and we're not going to get into them.
Sure. Good.
You'll just be giving Mr. Pike and me a hand, since, of course, we'll be there too. But we would like some time to ourselves. To fuck. So there will be afternoons or evenings when we're fucking, and we'll go off and do things on our own. And then you'll be in charge. Mary-Anne and I nodded.
What if they're beach swingers?
They might be.
Yeah.
Mary-Anne and I nodded. I was beginning to think that mother's helper was a pretty funny term, since Mary-Anne and I were going to be helping Mr. Pike as much as Mrs. Pike.
Just call me Valiant,
Maybe
am I
we
right?
should be called parents helpers. What a hilarious joke. Equality. That'll never happen.
Yeah.
Shared workload?
A father
Stop.
being responsible for his children?
No.
Silly.
When a father does that, that's called babysitting.
Yeah, right. Have you ever been to the Jersey Shore? Asked Mrs. Pike. Nope, said Mary-Anne. Once, I replied.
I didn't know this fucking book took place at the Jersey Shore.
Well, me neither. I don't know what beach I thought it was. I don't know why I was thinking Florida. I don't know why.
I can't fucking wait. I can't wait
Every
for
new
I can't wait to meet all
Yes!
the Boardwalk Boys.
Yes! I was just gonna say I can't wait to do every fucking new
Oh,
character
Jesus. All the Jersey characters.
as a Jersey.
Fuck.
Can't wait. Read faster.
Well, Sea City is a medium-sized town. There's a lot to see and do, and you'll be perfectly safe on your own. I don't believe that at all.
No.
Just keep a careful eye on the children. There's traffic to watch out for, but there's also the ocean.
What?
I don't know. I need a second to process. In New Jersey,
Sharks live there.
since we're going to New Jersey, don't let my kids get hit by a car. Also, don't let them drown in the ocean. This needed to be said out loud.
Yeah.
Mary-Anne and I nodded
God.
again. Also the ocean.
Also the ocean.
As you know, Mr. Pike and I don't believe in making rules for the children or forcing them to do things they don't want to do. That
That's
is
not
the
good.
worst.
But
we do
you're
make
the
one-
parents.
But we do make one beach rule which we expect everyone to stick to. Absolutely no going in the ocean. Not even waiting before 9 a.m. or after 5 p.m. Everyone knows that's when sharks are awake. Between 9 and 5, the lifeguards are on duty unless it's raining. Then you
I
can
did
swim as
learn
much
that
as you want.
one time after we were in the ocean in the absolute middle of the fucking night and didn't get eaten by sharks. but
What's crazy is that we didn't get eaten by sharks.
That is crazy.
We were
Also, there was bioluminescent sand, and I'd never seen that before. My brain just accepted it as magic, and I was like, I guess magic's real.
and
That's
Man.
all. I'm
And the
jealous.
magic protected me from being eaten by sharks.
I think
And then I had the worst hangover of my life.
I was just gonna say I think the mojitos
The mojitos in the salt water.
the mojitos in the salt water. Oh, those cups that we made the mojitos in are just forever in the Atlantic Ocean. And also,
Oh, what a good time.
what a good time. I forgot about that. I can't believe we didn't get eaten by sharks.
I didn't know it was a thing until the next day when someone was like, why were you doing that? You could have been eaten by sharks.
We exclusively were in the ocean.
I was making a joke.
Like,
No, it's true. Well, I don't know about early morning, but middle of the night, supposedly.
crepuscular. Right?
Are they crepuscular?
That's a thing, right? That's what they are. Crepuscular.
I don't know.
You're looking at Kelly.
I'm looking at both of
I'm
them.
corpuscular.
Yeah, like dawn and dusk are the times where sharks feed the most, and we were exclusively in the ocean. And
That is correct.
yes, thank you. Anyway, go on.
Then you can swim as much as you want as long as you stay in front of the lifeguard station. Is that clear? Yes, we said. I don't mean to sound harsh, it's just that the ocean can be so dangerous. But believe me, there are plenty of other things to do in Sea City. There's trampoline land and miniature golf. There's the boardwalk with an amusement park. There's a movie theater and shops and so many places to eat you can smell Sea City before you see it.
First of
I
all, I
giggled.
believe that. I believe that. Second of all, I am obsessed with Trampoline Land, and I can't wait for them to fucking go.
It's a great place for kids, Mrs. Pike added. We've been going there for 9 years. I know you'll have a good time. Mrs. Pike went on to tell us about the house they always rented, food shopping, dividing up chores, and stuff like that. Then I told her about my diet and about the insulin I have to give myself every day. Although the Pike kids don't know I have diabetes, Mr. and Mrs. Pike do, and they wanted to be sure I'd feel comfortable on the trip and that they had the right kind of foods on hand for me. It was very nice of them.
It's like a terrible secret.
I have to just take us back just for 1 second, because I just briefly remembered what corpuscular means, and that has to do with your blood cells. I think you're thinking of crepuscular.
That's crepuscular. Did I say it wrong?
Did you say corpuscular? I don't know. I heard corpuscular.
I meant crepuscular, but I might have just slurred it because I'm having fun reading and I've been drinking all day.
I'm Googling, were people ashamed of diabetes in 1987 because I can't understand.
It is so weird how she's just like, they know that I'm diabetic, but the kids don't. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, especially like if you're a kid, you likely have type 1, which means you were born with it. So like there's no like fat phobia attached to that one. That's just like your body just your kidneys like don't do what they're supposed to do with insulin.
Yeah. My aunt had diabetes, and I remember like watching her give herself like insulin shots in her stomach. And it was just like, it wasn't like don't tell anyone.
And I mean, not to get on a soapbox, but like type 2 isn't like necessarily a moral failing either. But I'm like, why would you be ashamed of just a thing that your body doesn't do, that you have to like help it? I don't know.
It's weird. It's weird that she's being so that they make such a big deal out about
me, a young lad, would watch my grandfather inject himself and then always point out to me that he's bending the needles when he's done with them so dopers don't use them.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Interesting lesson to teach a child.
Yeah.
Let's just throw everything at this child and hope he survives.
Guess what you did?
Yeah, I'm still here. Hooray. Mrs. Pike had to do a lot of fast talking to convince my parents to let me go to Sea City. It would be the first time I'd been away from Mom and Dad longer than overnight since I'd gotten diabetes almost 2 years ago. They didn't even think about letting me go until they'd looked up a couple of doctors in Sea City and spoke to them over the phone. Mary-Anne and I had left the Pikes that afternoon, practically crackling with excitement. We were to leave at 8 o'clock the next morning.
It was time to go home and pack. I already packed, Mary-Anne confided.
As you would.
Of course, yeah.
As I would, as she would.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait. I'm scared, but I'm really looking forward to this. It's my first time away from my father, my first trip to the beach, and my first bikini. Dad said I could get one as long as the bottom part was decent. What kind of bikini bottoms are you?
So not a thong bikini
for
this 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Mary-Anne's father used to be really strict with her. He's still a little strict, but he's much better. It's because Mrs. Spear died a long time ago, and he's raised Mary-Anne by himself. He loosened up a lot, though, when Mary-Anne finally began standing up to him. When I got home, I went to my room, opened my suitcase on my bed, and began carefully laying my clothes in it. Last year's bikini, the new bikini, 2 bright sundresses, sandals, shorts, tops, a nightshirt. Then I snuck over to my bottom bureau drawer, removed a bottle labeled Sunlight, and buried it under my clothes. I was determined to come home with lightened hair.
Oh no. What was that shit called?
What is that?
Sun-In or something?
Sun-In, yeah.
The spray.
Yeah, there was a thing called Sun-In, and you sprayed it in your hair and went out in the sun, and it made your hair like fry and turn like yellowy orange. It was hideous.
What?
It was probably good if you were already blonde.
Yeah.
But if you had brown hair, it was a bad call.
Yeah.
You just bleached your hair in the sun?
Basically, yeah.
Oh,
pretty much. Yeah. It had like peroxide or something in it, I think. That would, yeah, I was a lot blonder as a kid, so it was kind of fine on my head. But yeah, I've seen it gone really pear-shaped.
I've never heard of that before.
My hair is already
you're blonde.
I'm already blonde, guys.
Yeah, Sun-In.
I don't need no sun-in.
I don't trust a blonde man's opinions anyway.
You shouldn't.
Unless they're Val Kilmer.
That's true.
Where were your ancestors in the 1940s?
Iceland.
Yeah, so you're fine.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'm good.
I got, you know,
Fair,
you're safe. But
look, it's a
the
fair
nice
question.
ones.
Yeah, it's a fair
Nice
question,
ones.
Kelly.
it's valid.
one.
I'm just saying, it's valid. My hair is already blonde, but I wanted it sunlight blonde. However, if Mom saw the bottle, I'd be dead. I hid it just in time because the next thing I knew, I heard my mother's footsteps on the stairs. Honey, Mom called. In my room, I replied, I'm packing. Mom came in and perched on the edge of my bed. She watched me toss things into the suitcase. Do you have everything? She asked. I think so. Mary-Anne and I asked Mrs. Pike about clothes and stuff this afternoon. She said, no one dresses up in Sea City. A sundress would be fine if we went out to dinner. Do you have something to do down there? Something to do? I've got 8 kids to watch.
All I have is shit to do.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm sure you'll have a little time to yourself. Do you have a book or some needlepoint? I held up both. An Agatha Christie mystery, or as I like to call them, an Agatha Christie-ry. And I had this swan I'd been needlepointing for about 5 years. That's what the book says, 5 years. Hey, Stacy, you're not going to finish it. Mom nodded. What about stamps? Do you have stamps so you can write postcards? I just thought she had like a stamp collection. She was looking more and more nervous. No, but I'm sure there's a post office in Sea City. I'll get you some stamps, Mom said suddenly. Be right back. She dashed into her bedroom and I could hear her rummaging around in her desk. When she returned, she handed me a strip of postcard stamps. Thanks, I said. I tucked them into my purse. Next, Mom asked about toothpaste, but I knew what she really wanted to ask me. She wanted to know if I'd been responsible enough to get together everything I'd need for 2 weeks of being away. Finally, I gave in, and I showed her. I opened the special travel kit she'd bought for me. See, I said, everything's there. What about the doctor's numbers are in my purse? Mrs. Pike wrote them down, too, and she knows all about my diet. We talked about it today. Oh, Stacy, said Mom suddenly. I'm so worried. I'm going to worry for the next 2 weeks. You really don't have to, I told her. I sat next to her on the bed, consoling her, like a child should do for their mother. The Pikes have a phone, remember? You can call if you want, and Mrs. Pike would call you if anything did happen. Not that it's going to, I added quickly. And don't call a lot, okay? I don't want the Pike kids to think I'm a baby. Then they'd never listen to me. I need their respect.
Salt water, not sugar water.
Chris, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Mom looked at me. Mom looked at me. Oh, for the longest time. Finally, she opened her arms. I leaned over and we hugged. Mom cried. I cried a little too. It's awfully hard helping your parents grow up. Yikes.
Jesus.
Someone's going to therapy later.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be done.
Chapter 3. How much are we reading?
This one.
Okay. Chapter 3. Saturday afternoon. Dear Christy, hi, we made it. The drive down here was wild, but we arrived unharmed. The drive from Connecticut to New Jersey.
That turnpike is crazy.
Yeah. Do you like this
It is,
postcard?
though.
It is, though.
Yeah.
Mary-Anne and I found a drugstore with these really wild cards. Here are some things to put in the Babysitters Club notebook. Sometimes the Pike kids get car sick. Claire is still in her silly stage. She calls her mother Moozy and her father Daggles.
Okay.
That's all for now. More tomorrow. Bye.
I only just thought, like, what? How? 8 kids? 8 children?
Yes.
So 8 children, 2 adults, 2 mommy's helpers.
Yes.
That is 12 people.
Yeah.
In one vehicle?
It's
Maybe
doable.
it was a van.
Oy. Oy.
Okay, let's read the book. Love, Stacy. The next morning, I discovered the meaning of the word madhouse. Mary-Anne and I arrived at the Pikes early. My dad drove us over. If you think Mom and I had been tearful the day before, you should have seen Mary-Anne and her father. It was like Niagara Falls for both of them. I've hardly ever seen a man cry. But Mary-Anne...
My dad just puts holes in the drywall.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It should have been at our house the last month, am I right?
Men cry and take care of their own children? But Mary-Anne's tears were dry by the time we reached the Pikes. My father pulled up in front of the house. He started to help Mary-Anne and me with our suitcases. Just drop us off, Dad, I said, okay? You don't need to come with us or anything. Dad was understanding. He simply gave me a hug, waved to Mr. Pike, then turned around and drove off. Mr. Pike was struggling with the luggage rack. Actually, with 2 luggage racks. So many of us were going to see City that we had to drive down there in both the Pike station wagons.
Okay.
2 station wagons.
Yeah, okay. I did that thing where I should have just let the book tell me. Yeah.
Classic Jonathan.
Yeah.
While
It's a
Mr. Pike
mistake we all
tried to
make.
fit suitcases into the luggage racks, Mrs. Pike and Mallory kept carrying boxes and things out of the house and depositing them by the cars. "Hi, Stacy. Hi, Mary-Anne," cried Margot. Claire ran out of the house and joined her sister. I'd never seen anybody so excited. She looked as if she had just had about 10 cups of coffee. Hi, Stacy, silly Billy Goo Goo," Claire screeched. "Hi, Mary-Anne, silly Billy Goo Goo." She was galloping around in circles.
No.
I rolled my eyes at Mary-Anne. Claire was going through this incredibly silly stage. It could drive you crazy. Mr. Pike...
Silly's charitable.
Yeah, silly.
Mr. Pike finally finished hefting all the suitcases onto the luggage racks and securing them with rope. He turned around. 7 cartons were at his feet.
Cartons.
Now what's all this?" he demanded. "Bedding," replied Mrs. Pike. "Toys," added Nicky. Mr. Pike groaned.
Whoa!
45 minutes later, everything was loaded into or on top of the cars, including the people. I was sitting in the back seat of the car Mr. Pike was driving. Next to me was Nicky. Between us was a carton. At our feet was a large thermos. Sprawled out in the very back were Claire and Margot. Mallory was sitting up front with her father. You guys comfortable back there?" I asked the girls. "Yep," replied Margot. "We have everything we need." "So I see," I said. "Coloring books." "Crayons," added Claire. "Pillows," Nicky pointed out, turning around. "Crackers," I said. "Barf bucket." "Barf bucket? What on earth is that?" Between the girls was a red plastic sand pail. It was carefully labeled Pike Barf Bucket in big letters.
It's nice that they put their names on it, so it doesn't get confused with another family's barf bucket.
Fucking
Or to
Christ.
confuse from the other family buckets. So,
Yeah.
you're not contaminating your
piss
sand
bucket?
with your
Yeah,
barf.
this isn't the piss
Very,
bucket.
very
It's not the
short
food bucket
tangent.
either.
Very short tangent.
Yeah.
I remember taking a family trip to King's Dominion, and we had an Italian exchange student with us.
What?
Named Benny.
What?
She was a very nice lady. And I was all the way in the very back of the Chevy Astra van. Like, I'm talking like the cargo area, because that's where I fit. And I puked the entire ride down.
Okay.
Thanks.
And that's the quick tangent.
Next time we hang out, Chris, I'm gonna have to know more about the Italian exchange student that you went to King's Dominion with, because I've never heard this story before.
Yeah, she came here, and my sister, after her visit here, my sister went with her back to Italy and spent time there.
All right.
There was also a French exchange student with my second oldest sister. But she never went to France.
I've never
My
been
sister.
exchanged.
Me
I
either.
know, please exchange me.
I know.
Please exchange. Can I be an exchange student now?
Can I be an exchange adult?
Yeah.
Someone want to swap places?
Just exchanging America for literally like anything else.
And to this day, my dad's like, both of them, when they would take a shower, you would hear the shower constantly turn off and on.
What?
So apparently, like, they'd get wet, rinse up, but while they're rinsing up, that they would turn the shower off.
Oh. They're not used
save
to
water.
Yeah. I went to school with a German exchange student, and that was fun because we taught him the wrong way to speak English. We were assholes.
Also impressive considering.
Is that
like,
how
most of them
Flula-Borg
take
happened?
English.
What, Kelly?
I was like, that's impressive considering most Europeans like take English as like part of their curriculum in school.
Oh yeah. It was more that we taught him phrases that were not that we shouldn't have. Austin Powers had just come out. We had him asking everyone if they made him horny.
Oh. That's good.
we were like, ask
That's
that
good
teacher
stuff.
if she wants to shag you, and he did it, and we were like, haha.
You're
Anyway.
a horrible person.
I love that. That's incredible. I love it. I love a good troll.
Or that exchange student was Flula Borg.
He was not.
All right. In case we get car sick, said Claire. Be sure to drink a lot of grape soda this morning, said Nikki, grinning wickedly. That'd look neat coming up. Purple puke.
Ew.
Claire and Margot laughed hysterically. Kelly laughed none. I closed my eyes. I absolutely can't stand it when someone gets sick. Same girl. When I opened them, I caught sight of Mr. Pike looking at me in the rearview mirror. Don't worry, he said. We rarely have to use it. We've only had a few emergencies that I can remember. I smiled with relief.
Enough that you have the bucket.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you've got a designated bucket, it's happened more times than
Yep.
I care about.
Yeah.
Ugh. Everyone was settled in the two cars. Mr. and Mrs. Pike had rolled down their windows and were calling last-minute instructions to each other. Things like, it's the Garden State Parkway, not the New Jersey Turnpike, and ice cream stop, and try to follow me, but if we get separated, remember the real estate agent in Sea City is Ellen Cook. What the fuck is a real estate agent gonna do for you?
Yeah, what?
What?
Okay.
Okay. At last, we backed out of the driveway. Goodbye, house, called Nikki. Goodbye, house, silly Billy Goo Goo, called Claire. Goodbye, Stony Brook. Sea City, here we come, added Mallory. Hey, Daggle, silly Billy Goo Goo, Claire said.
I hope Claire dies first.
Yeah. Or,
I hope Claire gets swept
loses
into the
her
ocean.
voice to a sea witch or something.
Yeah,
New Jersey has those.
for sure.
Guess what? What, sweetie? Replied Mr. Pike, trying to cross an intersection with a four-way stop.
Trying to.
That's what! Mr. Pike made it through the intersection and noticed a rope from the luggage rack flapping against the windshield. He pulled to a stop at the side of the road and got out to fix it. Are we there already? Asked Claire. We're still on our own street, stupid, Nikki said in disgust. Don't call her stupid, said Mallory without even turning around.
This sucks.
Yeah, 8 kids. Who thought 8 kids was the right number?
I just don't know. I don't know.
Well,
Or
we've
it's
all
like,
worked
are they
like,
Catholic?
Are they quiverful?
No,
Like, what
yeah.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
like Catholics don't believe in birth control.
we've all worked
I'm
customer
gonna double
facing
up on birth
jobs.
control just to.
Right.
And like there were always like those families where it's just like, were these kids like barely a year apart and you have 4 of them, like and it seemed like it was planned? Like, why would you do that to yourself?
Just like, let's keep it going.
Your vagina has gotta be so sore.
Shit is wrecked.
And every part of your body
Yeah.
looks like a nightmare. Just
Yeah.
being pregnant. And it lasts so long. And
just-
the whole thing
and-
looks like a nightmare.
8 times in a row.
Fuck that. Fuck no. Well, 3 were at once.
Oh,
right?
that's
There's
true.
triplets.
That's right, but
But
still,
even
I don't know.
even that is going to be like
That seems worse
That's just
somehow.
3 times the nonsense at the same
Their
time.
first
Yeah.
kids were triplets, and then they were like, you know what? Let's have another.
You know what? Let's do
Let's
this
have
5 more
another
times.
Yeah.
Stacy, silly
poor
Billy
woman.
Goo Goo, asked Claire.
Claire's not going to speak on my page.
That's fair. That's Claire. I hesitated, not wanting to fall into the trap Mr. Pike had fallen into. What? I said at last. How much longer? Several hours, I replied. As Mr. Pike got back in the car. Oh, Stacy, same. It's a long drive. Why don't you and Margaret open your coloring books? You can each make a picture to give to your mom when we get to the beach. The girls opened their books and began sorting through their crayons. Nikki took a horrible-looking green monster out of his pocket and started to play with it. In the front seat, Mallory was reading The Secret Garden. We pulled onto the highway. Everything was peaceful for about half an hour until Mr. Pike edged forward and passed us. Until Mrs. Pike edged forward and passed us in the next lane. For some reason, we all happened to look up as the car went by, so we all saw that Jordan was holding up a big piece of paper in the side window that read, Barfmobile. Jordan was pointing his finger at us and grinning. Obviously, he meant we were the Barfmobile. Yeah, Stacy, I fucking got it. I got that.
yeah.
Well, they can't let that stand.
You should just write down and put it back in the window and you Pissmobile.
Yeah, like fartmobile.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Pissmobile.
Barfmobile, yelled Nicky. He sounded highly insulted, as he should. You guys have any paper back there? He asked, turning to his little sisters. Sure, replied Margot. Paper, scissors, crayons. Give me a piece of paper quick, said Nicky, and a red crayon. Margot handed them to him. Nicky rested the paper against the carton and began scribbling. What are you writing, Nicky, silly Billy Goo Goo? Asked Claire about 12 times. Thank God I don't have to say it 12 times. Nicky held up his masterpiece. The paper read, Vomit Comet. Pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
These children are entirely too lackadaisical about their inability to keep their insides
Yeah.
inside their body. Like,
Yeah. For sure.
I hated throwing up as a kid, and
Yeah.
now I don't know why I said it past tense. I have always hated throwing up.
Yeah. And throwing up sucks.
Yeah.
The pikes, more like the pukes.
Ah, Chris, good one.
Thank you.
That'll show them. Sorry. That'll show them, remarked Mallory. She's the oldest, so she's a little more.
Yeah.
She's got a nicer voice. Hey, Dad, said Nicky, hanging his arms over the front seat. Speed up. Why? Asked Mr. Pike.
Oh, God, these poor adults.
I imagine he would just sound like Bob from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, probably.
Why?
Why?
I want you to pass
Oh, my
Mom. Sorry, Nico. The traffic is too thick. Maybe when it clears up a little. Okay. Nicky flopped back into his seat, pouting. The little girls went back to their coloring. Mallory returned to the secret garden. But Nicky kept peering out the window, trying to spot his mother's car. Jingle bells, he sang softly. Batman smells. Robin laid an egg. He turned to me. Get it, Stacy? Robin laid an egg? I get it. Jingle
Stacey's
bells.
having none of
He
it.
did it again. Nikki, I really hate that song, said Mallory. Okay, jingle bells, Santa smells, Rudolph broke his... Hey, here we go! The traffic was very heavy. The cars in Mrs. Pike's lane were edging along, but the ones in our lane were suddenly moving a bit faster. As we passed the other Pike car, 3 things happened at once. Nicky triumphantly held up his sign and was rewarded with dirty looks from the triplets. Claire called out something annoying to her mother, and Margot grabbed for the barf bucket and whimpered, I don't feel too good. Uh-oh, I said. Darn, said Nicky. She didn't have any grape soda yet. Oh my God, I hate these children so much. I hate them. Poor Margot looked so miserable. I couldn't turn away from her, even though if I saw her throw up, I'd probably have to use the bucket myself. She turned a wicked shade of green, but nothing happened. She might feel better if she sat up front, suggested Mallory. If you're going to trade places, do it carefully, said Mr. Pike grimly. In the moving car?
This sucks.
God.
Oh boy, squealed Nicky. The last time this happened, Margaret puked while she was climbing over the seats. Swell, I muttered. The girls managed to switch places. Mallory accidentally kicked Mr. Pike in the shoulder, but Margot's breakfast stayed down. Jingle bells, Santa began Nicky. Nicholas, if we hear that song one more time, threatened Mr. Pike. He was trying to pass a Mack truck. Okay, jingle barf. Nicholas!
Oh my God.
It's not that song, Nicky exclaimed. It's a different one, but he kept quiet after that.
Jesus.
He knows what happens when Dad sounds that way. How many
All
more
right,
minutes?
back
asked
to
Claire.
Winnipeg.
About 15 and we'll stop for ice cream, said her father. He's going to sound like that the rest of the book.
That's so perfect. That's perfect.
What a relief. The ice cream break was just what we needed. Mary-Anne and the puke kids, including Margot, who claimed to be starving, slurped up big ice cream cones. Mr. and Mrs. Pike had coffee, and I managed to find a popsicle that was made with fruit only, no sugar. It was great. It's not nice to be left out of every
There
food
is
treat.
sugar in fruit, you bitch. There's so much sugar in fruit.
We climbed back into the cars and began the rest of the trip to Sea City. After a while, the ground began to look sandier, the trees became scrubbier and shorter, and finally, Mallory spotted a sign that said, Sea City, exit 10 miles. Oh boy, she whooped. The rest of us cheered. Soon we were driving off the exit ramp, Mrs. Pike behind us, and turning onto a causeway that crossed some marshy land. The air smelled of salt. Hey, there's the cow sign, cried Nicky, pointing.
I looked to the right and saw a billboard with a 3-dimensional purple cow. It was an advertisement for cream. "There's crabs for grabs," said Mallory as we passed a restaurant.
There's
a suntan girl. Margot dissolved into giggles as we passed another billboard.
What?
This one showing a puppy pulling at the bottom of a little girl's bathing suit, showing off her splendid tan line. "Why did Mr. Stupid tiptoe past the medicine chest?" shrieked Claire. "Because he didn't want to wake up the sleeping pills," she answered herself. "Okay, settle down," I told her.
Jesus.
I feel like I've been told that a lot in my life.
Settle down.
Yeah.
The Pikes fell into silence as we entered Sea City. They looked odd, and I could see why. Their senses were suddenly overloaded with great kid stuff. The smell of hot dogs and fried food and the sea air, the sounds of the waves and of kids shouting and laughing and calling to each other, but mostly the sights. We passed trampoline land and miniature golf and souvenir stands. We passed stores and restaurants and ice cream parlors, and in the distance was a boardwalk with arcades and a Ferris wheel and a roller coaster and probably plenty of head-spinning rides. And beyond all that gleamed the ocean.
Ba, 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 ba. We're stopping here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This is making me want to go to the ocean.
I
to the
know.
beach.
I want to go to Ocean City, Maryland.
Yeah, this is making me want to go to Ocean City. I got so stuck on, first of all, advertisement for cream.
What kind of cream?
It just says an advertisement for cream.
Yeah.
There's a billboard with a cow on it.
three-dimensional- Okay.
A purple cow.
I mean,
But it's just like,
Why is it purple?
and why do you need to advertise cream?
why not ice cream? Did
yeah,
she
High
forget to write
traffic
ice?
area. It's good advertising real estate.
I want to go look at the snow before it goes away.
Oh, okay.
Let's wrap up fast.
Let's wrap up fast, guys. Oh boy, if there was ever a reason that I needed to be happy that I got a vasectomy this year, it's reading this book.
Thank you, Lord, for the endometriosis that is crippling my downstairs.
Ravaging your innards.
Twisting it and shredding it and gluing it to my other organs.
Oh, what a.
I'm gonna get my tubes tied just in case, though.
Do it,
Yeah.
do it. Yeah. Look, mine was, yeah.
I still have my IUD.
Yeah. I didn't
was
need
Get a
to
just
second
get.
one, Becca. Get a third.
I didn't need to get my shit snipped, but I did because in this
In this political climate.
timeline, no, thank you.
You know, the only surefire way of birth control is abstinence.
Anyway.
Get the fuck out of here, Chris.
Anyway, holy shit. Kelly, what do you think of Babysitters Club?
Could have done with a little less barf talk. But I mean, these are good books. There's gonna be some shenanigans, and hopefully this one child stops saying silly Billy Goo Goo. I don't know why you would call that silly. That's not silly state. That is an irritating state. But I think this shows some promise. New scenery, new characters.
I like that.
Yeah. Everything they've mentioned, I know, we're going to go to trampoline land.
Oh, fuck
We're
yes.
going to do some mini golf.
We're getting more
Buy
ear
some
piercings.
Yes.
Someone's going in the ocean before or after that.
Someone's
Oh,
going in the
yeah.
ocean.
Someone's going to see a fin in there.
A fin?
In the
Oh,
ocean.
like a shark
I
fin?
think it's a shark.
Shit, that's right. I cannot wait for this New Jersey boy that she falls in love with to show up so that we can do his voice.
New Jersey Val Kilmer.
New Jersey Val Kilmer.
GTL Stacy, Gym Tan Laundry.
Oh, yeah. This is great. I love it. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for coming back and starting a Babysitters Club with us. Do you have anything you'd like to plug for people listening?
I would like to plug the new governor of Virginia who just canceled the last governor's executive order forcing the police to cooperate with federal immigration. Highly endorse that shit.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Good. Awesome. Chris, what's your plug?
If you're a fan of the hijinks we get up to on this show with me, Jonathan, and Kelly, might I suggest a comedic improvisational adventure that we like to call The Sketchy Show.
Thank you.
Available wherever you get your podcasts.
That's true. You can follow Below Grade Level on Instagram and TikTok, and you can follow Cactus Rodeo, where Below Grade Level and Sketchy Show, among other things, are published on Facebook and YouTube. Come back next time when we keep reading the Babysitters Club, Boy Crazy Stacy. I already forgot that it was called Boy Crazy Stacy.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't gone boy crazy yet.
Not yet.
And I'm real excited about it. Yeah. I can't wait. All right. Thank you for listening.
Gonna be good.
It's the start of a new year of the shit. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Below Grade Level is a Cactus Rodeo production. You can subscribe to and follow Below Grade Level on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you find podcasts. Contact us at podcast@cactusrodeo.com and discover more of what Cactus Rodeo has to offer on Facebook and YouTube.